Hello. In this video, we're going to show you how to access Denodo Express from a Java application or tool using a JDBC driver. To the Java application, Denodo Express will look like a relational database, and the views that we've created will look like regular tables in the database. If you're watching this video, you probably know that JDBC is the standard way for Java applications to connect to and interact with data sources. JDBC stands for Java Database Connectivity. JDBC connections use a driver for the data source that they're connecting to, and Denodo Express includes a JDBC driver, which can be found in the JDBC driver directory, which is in the lib directory within the Denodo Express home directory. We're going to use a tool called DB Visualizer to connect to Denodo Express. DB Visualizer is a generic tool for database management and can be downloaded for free from www.dbviz.com. It's a good tool for managing your data sources and for troubleshooting issues. We're using DB Visualizer, but you can do this with any tool that allows you to configure JDBC access to a data source. To configure DB Visualizer to connect to Denodo Express, we first need to add the Denodo JDBC driver to the list of drivers within DB Visualizer. To do this, we need to go to the Tools menu and select Driver Manager. In the Driver Manager dialog, click on the Create Driver button. We'll name the new driver Denodo Express, and we need to enter the database URL format. The URL for Denodo Express follows the typical format for JDBC URLs. It doesn't matter that you don't understand the format, but we need to enter it as you see on the screen. The final thing that we need to do is to load the Denodo Express JDBC driver and specify the driver class that DB Visualizer should use when connecting to Denodo Express. We can browse to the driver file. Remember, we said it was in the JDBC driver directory in the lib directory. Selecting the file will make DB Visualizer introspect the file and provide a list of possible driver classes. We'll select the second driver class on the list. And we're done. Close the window to save the driver definition. Now that we've added the Denodo Express JDBC driver to DB Visualizer, we can now configure the database connection. We need to go to the Tools menu again, and this time select Connection Wizard. There are other ways to create database connections within DB Visualizer, but we'll use the wizard to step you through the process. We'll give the new connection a name of Denodo Express, and then click on Next. Now we can select the Denodo Express JDBC driver from the drop-down list, and click on Next again. Now we need to enter the connection details for Denodo Express. For the database URL, we need to follow the URL format that we used when we defined the Denodo Express JDBC driver. So we can enter a URL of jdbc:/vdb:/localhost:9999/tutorial. We use localhost because Denodo Express is running on the same server as DB Visualizer. By default, Denodo Express listens on port 9999 for incoming JDBC connections, and tutorial is the name of the virtual database that we created and that we've been using in earlier videos. Finally, we can enter the username and password of admin. These are the default username and password that we use to log into Denodo Express. Click Finish to save the database connection configuration. And now we've got a Denodo Express connection in the navigation pane. You can expand this to list the tables and views in the tutorial virtual database. Note that base views are listed as tables within DB Visualizer, and derived views are listed as views. You can look at the different tables and views and see the column definitions, look at the data, and so on. You can also perform SQL queries against the tables and views. To do this, we need to get a SQL window, and now we can type a query we'll do select star from amount due by client. Then if we click on the run button to execute the query, and you can see that the results from the query are the same as we got when we performed this query in the Denodo administration tool. So now you've connected to Denodo Express via JDBC, and you can see and query the virtual views as if they were tables within a relational database. In the next video, we'll look at how to connect to Denodo Express via ODBC.